Okay, so I got called out to this 1969 Chevy C-10 truck. Customer complaint is that it has not been running smooth. It's got, the engine itself has been running rough. Beautiful truck, 1969 Chevy C-10. These are the trucks that build America right here. It's a bad bitch right here. Well, we're gonna see what's ailing this truck. So I'm gonna turn it on and see what's going on. Anytime it deals with engine performance, the first thing I like to do is make sure that I'm starting off with a good battery, especially newer vehicles. They tend to have more modules, and batteries are extremely important for the performance of them. But this is no difference. 1969. We still need to start off with a good battery before we start doing any diagnosis for engine performance related issues. For this, I'm going to be using the Autel. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. We're going to do an out of vehicle test because it's going to ask me to connect the VCI, and definitely doesn't have a VCI. Alright, so the 12 volt, it's an AGM battery. We're gonna go with 650 cold cranking amps. Alright, so unfortunately the state of health, or state of charge is at 58%, voltage 12.3. Definitely came out as a bad battery, needs to be replaced. So we'll see what we can do as far as the diagnosis is concerned, but we'll take it from here. All right, so we're gonna start this vehicle, see how the engine's performing, and at the same time, I'm gonna check for vacuum leaks when it's cold. Let me put a little juice. I'm gonna add a little juice in it and see what's going on. All right, go ahead and try it. Notice a difference in idle. Just wanted to see if there was a vacuum leak on the base of the carburetor or the intake manifold, and see if there was any change. So now we're going to let it warm up, let it get to operating temperature, and see what we can find. definitely running a little bit rough. We're gonna let it get to full operating temperature and then we'll move on with the diagnosis. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the vehicle off. Unfortunately, it's not like the modern cars where you have the map sensor, fuel trims, oxygen sensors, to give you an idea of how the engine is running. So what I'm gonna first do is take out a spark plug, turn the vehicle off, take out the spark plug and see how the engine is running.
Like, but you know, yeah, it doesn't have all those sensors like you say, and I think that's why I like it.
That's right, because if something goes wrong, guess what? You know exactly where to go.
Yep.
Just take a look, make sure there's no carbon track in here.
Those jokers too, they're new. That's one thing I miss about being in the old neighborhood, bro. Having all my friends around like to do this stuff.
Alright, so we're gonna take a look at the spark plug, and as you guys can see, this bad boy is running rich. Let's take a look at this. Man, look at that. Okay. Let's put this back in. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all the spark plugs and I will clean them up before we continue. All right, so I began cleaning the spark plugs. One thing I noticed, this is an HEI system, so usually on HEIs, you're looking at a spark plug gap of about 45 thousandths of an inch. This bad boy is like maybe 28 thousandths of an inch. I mean, it is not 45 thousandths. So we'll go ahead and make some adjustments on it as well. So I'm gonna check, see how the spark system is working, or the ignition system. So we're gonna check for spark real quick, see how strong it is.
Let's see.
Got a nice strong spark going on there. So I'm gonna stress it out a little bit more. Good spark.
From square one, that's tough, man.
So I'm checking another spark plug, and these are actually gapped at about 30 thousandths of an inch, which is insane for an HEI system, especially this one. It should be at least 44 thousandths of an inch. So we're gonna go ahead and make that adjustment. We already cleaned it up. As you can see, the engine's definitely running rich. We're gonna clean this up a little bit and then move forward from there. All right, so I'm gonna check the base timing. I'm gonna mark the harmonic balancer and also the actual timing mark. That way when we use the actual timing gun, we'll be able to see where everything's at. We're gonna look at base timing and then we're gonna look at total timing.
What's the difference between the two, Mark? I don't remember that, bro.
Base timing is idle,
Yeah.
and total timing is at 3,000 RPMs.
Okay.
You don't want it to go beyond, I would say, if your base timing, normally, base timing you're looking at from 8 degrees to 10, even as high as seen it as 13 degrees
Mm-hmm.
before top dead center.
Got it.
And that's where you want it to be at.
Yeah. I have a feeling this dude raised it, bro, to make it. Because I feel like it never ran like the way it used to.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna tag this at, because this is stock.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tag it at 8 degrees. All right, so we tagged the harmonic balancer and also the actual little clip there that shows the degrees. I tagged it at 8 degrees before top dead center. Now we're going to check the timing. As you guys can see, base timing is way off. Above 18 degrees before top dead center. We're gonna make an adjustment. Alright, so we're gonna do our base timing before exactly. Alright, so total timing at 3,000 RPM, 28 degrees before top dead center. Exactly where it needs to be. Okay, so I'm gonna take the distributor cap, take a look and see what's going inside. I'm gonna look at the centrifugal weights, make sure that the springs are in good order and the bushings as well. Get stuck, maybe stuck it will work.
Why do you guys like your Tesla?
Oh, I love it, bro.
See?
My brother gives me a hard time. So how the fuck, my brother's like, how'd you go from having a big old souped up monster truck
Oh shit.
to a Tesla? I'm like, gas.
Right?
I'm like gas, bro.
Pocket. Yeah. I'm still on the fence. Not just the model in particular. Just going electric in general,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, you know, I hear you, bro. Totally get it.
It's like I like my long trips. I'm one that likes to drive. So does
Yeah.
my wife, bro. Which, dude, we went literally to what was it, Wells, Nevada, which is I think an hour away from Utah, to go pick up that wagon. We did 22 hours straight to go pick it up.
Wow.
One trip, like just one weekend. We left on Friday, came
Just
back on
went,
Saturday.
boom.
Let's go get it.
That's awesome, man. And you know, that's the thing, man. When you take those trips, beautiful trips.
Oh, dude, the mountains that we found, and then these little ass towns, like I call them ghost towns.
Yeah, that's
These
what
little
it
ass
is.
beautiful ghost towns, bro. That were like they had nice bars and whatnot. It's like these are nice little communities that people wouldn't even know about.
Yeah, they're hidden towns, bro.
Yeah.
They're what they say, lost to history.
Yeah. And it was beautiful out there, bro. The scenery, these little windy roads. I was like, fuck, if only I rode a motorcycle back then.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Okay, the rotor looks excellent. It's in good condition, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna bring you guys up closer. These are the centrifugal weights. What we're making sure is that these weights do not overlap each other. Sometimes when the springs are weak, they'll overlap. These are not. Want to make sure they move nice and smooth. These do. You don't want them to be hard or stiff or anything like that. But that's how they should move. And they're not overlapping each other, so that's a good sign. The bushings, you want to kind of move it a little bit out and kind of shake it and see if you have too much play. This looks pretty good. You know when the bushings are bad, if you have really erratic timing, if the time is you just can't get it, just keeps moving on you, either weak springs or the bushings themselves are not working well. But so far it looks good, and we're gonna keep moving on. All right, as I'm inspecting this distributor cap, it's normal you're gonna have some carbon on the actual distributor cap, relevant to every cylinder. It's gonna happen, but this is way too much. I mean, this is supposed to be a brand new cup distributor cap. That's just way too much, and it definitely has to get replaced. I'm gonna recommend that to a customer as well. We did do the base timing, set it to 10 degrees before top dead center. Total timing at 3,000 RPMs was set to 28 degrees, which is perfect. So this truck, once gets all these replacements, it should be running nice and smooth. She's purring like a little kitten. Still needs a little bit of work, but she's doing really nice. Alright, so I just got done with this bad boy. Pretty much the final diagnosis, that the carburetor needed to be adjusted. It had really foul plugs, the wires are bad, the cap is bad, the rotor's good, the spark plugs are fouled. So made all the appropriate adjustments. Those parts still have to get replaced. But now the beast is running smooth. Before you couldn't even accelerate it because it'd be stumbling on itself. So I'm gonna show you guys how American muscle sounds right